Hey everybody, how's it going? Just starting a little bit early to just kind of check out things on the stream, make sure everything makes sense, and just I do wonder if you guys can hear the music in the background. I'm just gonna let it play. Ironic. And just check the stream afterwards. This is actually just all YouTube Studio provided music. It's just gonna play in the background. It's all royalty free. It's none of it's can be copyright claimed. It's just gonna play. Just because there are gonna be times where I'm just doing work and not really having much to say. Hopefully, as we build an audience, we'll have more people chiming in with things that they want to know, questions, things, something to talk about with them. But in the meantime, we're just gonna have that just playing in the background, and then also being available to be the filler whenever there's just a lull in audio. What time is it? You know what? Nuts to it. We're just gonna go ahead and get started. So this is actually just Illustrator. You can move this around. Not a big deal. So it's F. F is the keyboard to pull this out. Then we're gonna hit Tab to pull our information in, our panels and everything. See, we're in title page. It's just the logo. We don't need that open. Last stream, we finished up our game mat grid, and that is basically half of the product design, because we are, in fact, making a card game playmat. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up that side. Let's see. Oh, I see what happened there. So I'm going to pull this out. And there we go. We've got some... Whoop. Huh. I don't know what happened to it. I thought I had this better set up, but we're all... Yeah, there it is. This is what we want. This is it right here. It's hiding. Why is it not pulling up on this? Ah, oh, jeez. Alright, no worries. We'll work on getting that sorted out. But here we are. We're at Google. We're looking at Google and Google, but we want to go to Inked Gaming because that is the site where we got all of the information about making playmats. So I'm just going to pull it up real quick. We don't want this like extra, we just want actually custom playmat. There it is. And we're doing the 14 by 24. And again, we have our download template, we have our everything, but if we look at, let's just look at playmats in general, get an idea of what all it entails. See this one, it's literally, they're mostly just really big mouse pads, like how it said XXL mouse pad as we were going through that. That's what we were looking at. Like so sometimes they have grids, sometimes they're just art. I wonder if it ever has a thing as to where, yeah, it's just like neat, neat action shots, flavor shots. I guess you could take of it. But we're gonna go ahead and have both on here. We're just gonna have the grid and then also the background art, which is what we're doing next. Now this is for the Digimon card game, but we've built the grid in a relatively general way. Granted, it does have the memory gauge to the card game, but that's why it ends in X instead of 10. So X could be anything over 10. So theoretically, you could have two tokens that are just kind of like finding some way to count out your health and magic, or it's starts at 8 and it's like keeping an overall track of your life points in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not the best solution, but it is a general solution that could be used. So I don't know if it would be good to do specifically a Digimon oriented art, or if we want to do something else. This would be a good time to have people watching because they could give a suggestion, be like, hey, I want to see this drawn. I will talk about one thing in trends. Boobs. boobs, dragons. Cool looking guys. That happens to be kind of the thing about it. We don't need to buy into every single like trope of what we're designing. We can have some thought. We don't have to just make thoughts. What is this? Looks like Ginyu Force. Let's see. Oh, this is a Digimon. This is the Justice. That's pretty fun. Let's do something like... Let's do a mashup. That sounds like a good deal. I don't like these... these grid things on here. And also it really cuts... This is what I'm talking about. It really cuts that margin. It's not a comfortable place to work that close to the edge of something. Not that I'm saying this is bad design. It's a great design. It's just I'd go a different way, and that's completely his right to go the way that he's going. I do kind of like the idea of just a plain color. We could go old art, just like remake some old art. I would draw something. What do I want to draw? Oh, that's kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool, like a weird nature scene, because it's a big thing in the original Digimon Adventure is to have just a normal looking place, but then there's just like there's a bunch of refrigerators or something. Just slightly odd, just slightly out of normality to make sure you know that you're not actually in reality. It's pretty neat. This I hope no one's like super jamming to this beat when you watch it, because I'm going to change it. It's changing to something called Furious Rock. I don't know if that's going to be better. It is a crapshoot with YouTube general music. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat idea. You guys want to draw Greymon as Godzilla? I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to draw... I like Greymon, but I don't know if I want to draw him as Godzilla as the art on the thing. I should have had a pretty good idea of what to do before I started doing... That's kind of the thing. Let's go ahead and set up our print file. And then hopefully we'll have some time to settle on what we want to draw. And also, we can draw whatever we want. Like, we can draw like 50 things, not choose any of them. That's a part of design. You got to try stuff out. You can't go in like this is the one perfect idea. You just got to start doing sometime. So let's go ahead and build out our design. We have the new document uh, information, and this is going to show us what it's going to look like. It's probably, this is in Pika's, but I never work in Pika's. 2414. Bleed needs to be 0.25. This time, see here we can put our margins in, and we're going to leave it at 0.5 because that's the specs on the sheet that's provided. Slug. So a slug is a extra bleed area that just has specific information for finishing the product. Like if you have a book and you want to make sure that they know to coat it in like aqueous coat it in some kind of finish, sometimes they'll put a slug on it and say this is all aqueous coated, which is another step outside of just the regular printing, and that'll all go in the slug. Or if you're submitting a design to someone to have it like written off, you might have a slug there that has all your contact information, so they can then get back in touch with you, but then you don't have, like, they can okay it and you never have to touch that file again, which is hugely important in bigger scale work. Once someone okays the file, once your client okays the file, you don't want to open that file to editing ever again, because if anything changes at all, you've screwed up their approval, and that makes it not valid. And you could, in worst case scenarios, you could bring legal action on yourself. In smaller scenarios, it's more like you're not gonna get that client back if you made a big boneheaded change because you were opening the file to edit after they approved it. So, in that case, just use slug. And, but we're not going to do it because it's just us, and who we're sending to do production, they're the ones who stipulate the finished product, not us. We haven't gone to them and be like, we need you to print it in this size, with this finish, with these corners, and everything like that. They're just like, here's the thing, give us the art, we'll print it for you, and we'll ship it to you. And that's what we're dealing with. So we're going to go ahead and just follow their directions. We don't need facing pages. We only have one page. And we're not going to put a primary text frame because it's all just going to be layered art files. So let's go ahead and create it. Here we go. We have our thing. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to open our layers panel. We're going to make 2 layers. We're going to call the bottom one art. And we're going to okay that. We're going to make the top one grid. And we're going to okay that. And then we're going to turn off art real quick. We're going to lock it. And we're going to place our grid. I wish I hadn't opened that. We're going to go to documents, Digimon, game mat grid. Throw that in there. Center it. I don't know if that's correct, but we're going to up the display performance to high quality. So this should be sitting at 0.7. So, okay. So we've centered it, and now I personally am not sure this is sitting where we want it to be. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure it's not the right size. We'll find out. Actually, I think it's actually just down 1/4 of an inch. And that's about it. So we're going to go to over here. We're saying, see here. This is the corner. We know it's this corner of this X is supposed to be at 0.75 by 0.75. 0.75 by 0.86181. So we're going to change that to 0.75. That pulls it up. That puts this corner should be at 0.75, 23.25, and it is. The bottom corner is shorter, then could we actually make this longer and still be within our correct? Okay, let's take a look and let's edit it. We're gonna go and edit original. And we're gonna turn our grids on, guys on, and turn our guidelines on. No, that's correct. Oh, wrong one. This does look right. Is this the Dave Hack song? Kevin MacLeod. Alright, let's skip out of this. Alright. So we're good. We're not gonna change anything. We're not gonna save this edit. Well, let's just turn it off. Save it out. Because we don't want to close this out. So then we'll go back to our InDesign. And this will update. We'll check our links. Make sure it is updated correctly. Huh. I wonder why it put it in as a PDF. It's an AI file. And that... because it's 0.5, this would be 7.5, and I'm looking at the... Okay, I get it. I'm just a doof. I'm just a doofball not looking at this correctly. Alright. So we've got our grid in, and eventually we'll change this color to look nice with the background art. But we don't have it yet. So we've got this. We're going to go ahead and save it to Digimon, and we're going to save this as game mat final file. And this is a good opportunity to fix this storage system, because we're just kind of throwing stuff everywhere. So hopefully it's okay. Cool. It's brought it up so that you guys can't just see it. All right, here we go. And that does remind me I need to. Okay, cool. Alright, did we... looks like we had a bit of a drop there, but it looks like we're back in, so we're good. Alrighty. Now, getting back into this, we've got... These are all the different projects I have running. We're working in Digimon. We can't really move the game mat final file around yet, but we don't need to yet. We want to make a new folder. I'm going to call this references. Make a new file. Call this editable. And then make a new one. We'll call this final files. So now we have this Digimon cards is a separate project. Shouldn't really be in... Well, okay. So we have product Digimon. So we're going to make game mat. We don't need to camel cases. So here we go. We got our game mat. Let's go ahead and we've saved our game mat final file. We're going to exit out of that. So that way we can move it around. Let's go to AI Illustrator. Let's close out that. Let's save that. Yeah. And we'll exit out of that too. I wonder if it's going to pull up the... Ooh. Pull this down. I'm just kidding. Let me just open... and think there might only be like 12 or 13 big songs in this. Oof, this is going a lot of weird ways. Okay, so let's get this back to being oriented. Digimon Mat goes in... Oh, wait. No, we've got Game Mat. The archive goes in Game Mat. Editable goes in Game Mat. References goes in Game Mat. Final Files goes in Game Mat. These are all getting sorted in those. So we're in Game Mat, and Digimon Mat is ALD. We're going to archive that. Game Mat Final File goes in Final Files. Grid goes in Editable. And we're done with that. Now we're going to go back to our Final Files, open that back up. Yeah, we're going to have to update our links because we moved everything around. Now we won't have to because we've sorted ourselves out. So we're going to go here, relink that, and we're going to go to Game Mat, Editable, Game Mat Grid. And you see everything should pop. Well, this isn't giving us an issue. It looks like this is not at the right view. Display performance, high quality. There we go. Alrighty. Now let's go ahead and start doing some drawings. So let's go to Photoshop. And we're going to open a new file. Oh, here we go. Actually, let's just go ahead and draw in this. So I'm going to swap over to this screen, and this is our Photoshop file. And this is actually the standard template. And you know what? Let's go ahead and edit in this because we can, up here in, what is it not? Oh, there it is. Okay. Up here in our layers, we can go ahead and lock all of these hide layers. And also probably just turn them off. Turn the background back on. Add a new layer, and we'll just start doing our art right here, because then we know it's exactly the right size. So we're gonna M and move back to here. Okay. Oh, we're still on M. Turn it to brush. That's B. And let's start drawing out. Let's go ahead and do Metal Greymon's more of like Godzilla size. So let's go ahead and do like the Shin Godzilla look with Metal Greymon. So he's got his hoof, got his lip, got his cool chomper jaw. Chops? Is that chops? That jaw chops? I don't really know. His horn one. Might make that bigger coming up. His little lippy on his helmet thing. I think we might do like it like goes into a skin here. To do an eye. Just like that, but we'll try and make them a little more interesting. Horn. Teeth. We'll make that one. And now we've got the ridge of his neck. His little gobble. Neck muscles. More muscles. Have an arm here, chest, okay. See what we'll have his arm kind of look like this. rest of this will just be red. Do something with his eye. We're gonna do. It'll probably be Shin Godzilla E to just blacked out. I need to make his. Clean this up a bit. Alright, make our eraser smaller and just kind of clean up the design a bit. Get rid of these guides a little bit more. I don't need that line anymore. I need that. Need that. I'm putting some ideas where we'll put his. I'll put some. That'll be kind of cool. Oh yeah, he's got cool hair. It kind of look like fire. Fiery, but we'll go in and make the stuff later, the individual strands. Clean up his arm a little bit more. We have kind of the basic idea of what he's going to be. And we know it's going to be blacked out. Let's see, where are we going to pull his light? Light's going to be here. So we're going to screw with the darkness real quick. Darken his eyes. So I go through and put in little scuffs. Something like that. I might, in the end, crop in a bit more. Maybe it's more this. And this pulls out. This goes that way. The general idea. Let's go ahead and add another layer and we'll do another drawing. What should we draw this time? Let's draw Tento Man. Tentomon is my favorite boy. head style. Kind of comes down like this. Okay, we gotta fix this jaw here. Yeah, that looks better. Let's erase this. And he's got the little grabby mandibles. He's got his two little eye things here. Come up a little more. And then he's got his close neck. I don't know if I'm feeling this. I don't know if I'm feeling this composition really. Excuse me. Let's do another one. We may not get any farther than doing these sketches today, because brainstorming takes a while, and we're only going to be streaming for about an hour or so. But let's keep working. What time frame are we looking at? Okay, cool. Shit, we've already wasted half our time. Let's do some. Let's put some down, bro. Figure out who this person under the tree is later. I'll put him in there. I'm not sure what else I want to do. I don't do something else. Do another layer, turn that off. What else are we gonna sketch? And just thing. I kind of like the idea of action poses. You don't necessarily need to do this one, but this does make it seem a little more interesting. Kind of like just going for an attack. That could be cool. Let's see, what else is a... I guess we are just kind of gonna draw Digimon. that. We accidentally changed our brush, didn't we? I should really look up what Omnimon looks like. I can't really remember. I'm really losing it now. Ooh, maybe I can finally do a finished version of something I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm gonna draw that now. Okay, I think I have a cooler composition, the same idea. Let's do another. I guess I'm gonna be drawing robots. I like robots, so that's good. I do realize the music is turned off. I just don't have anything good to put on instead of it. That wouldn't just be more of that. Well, I guess we haven't really gotten much done. I guess tomorrow we'll pick this up exactly where we. I think we're gonna. I'm gonna do some more thinking about this drawing. Maybe we'll go somewhere else with it. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll finish it out. Maybe we'll do something completely different. This kind of coming up with something out of nothing takes time, and it's not gonna be rushed. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Bye.